All right, good morning, trade pros. Welcome to the morning market update for Monday. What day is it? Monday, August 12th. Holy smokes, it's August 12:30. Hope you had a great weekend to you and your family, and you've enjoyed it. And it's time to get back to work. Because look, on this mug, literally the best lesson that you could ever learn. 86,400 seconds. How will you spend them today? Stop spending money. Think about how you're going to spend your time. It's more important. Time is a real commodity. Money you could always make. All right. So this weekend, not much news flows that are market related. I mean, we had some interesting stuff happen that's non-market related. We're not really going to cover on that. It's controversial and it becomes opinion, and it's not really helpful for trading. But market related stuff. Yesterday, Hong Kong said they're entering into a very difficult economic environment as trade declines and the growth rate slows, according to the Chinese financial secretary. All right. He said industries like retail, catering, and transportation have taken a hit because of the recent violent unrest with significant revenue drops. So it's not just the trade war. There is a very big protest happening in Hong Kong. It's causing a lot of irregular activity. You know, I didn't have too much sleep last night, but it was enough. It was enough for me to be here. All right, so another violent week of demonstrations. Flights were canceled at Hong Kong's international airport. Their ICAO symbol is HKIA, all right, Hong Kong. And it closed for the remainder of Monday. So today, at this moment, it's closed. If you had a flight connecting through it or going to Hong Kong, you can't get in. That happened. Thousands of protesters disrupted the flow of the airport, all right? They showed up, protest. If you guys see pictures online, it's actually pretty wild to see them all holding up signs in the terminal, holding it sort of hostage, if you will. All right, it triggered a 0.5% slide in the Hang Seng Index. And here's a cool part. HKIA, or Hong Kong International, handled 75 million passengers in the past 12 months. All right, that's like 10 million people a month that go through there. And all those flights, think about all the flights that are being impacted. In addition to that, overnight, China, the PBOC, People's Bank of China, set the Yuan rate at a stronger level than the prior day at 7.0211 to the US dollar. And that kind of eased concerns that the PBOC is going to be devaluing their currency. It shows they're targeting a little bit more stability. And yes, maybe the last couple of days there was some devaluation, but today or yesterday's fix, because the market opened yesterday in China, was higher than expected. So there's still a balance between the devaluation and when they actually drop and hike the peg. Because so just so you know, in Hong Kong, or not Hong Kong, in China rather, the peg. Sorry, China, don't block viewership to this YouTube video. Funny joke, because Versace just lost their spokesperson from China because they said that Hong Kong was its own country. And so was Taiwan. China said no. No. No more Versace. There was somebody else too, another fashion house, Versace, and I forget. Anyways, whatever. They ran into some trouble. Calling Hong Kong and Taiwan countries a good way to not be cool with China. All right. That's pretty much it. On the news front, everything came out of Hong Kong. Protests and stronger Yuan fix. Asian markets are up. However, as you can see, the U.S. markets aren't doing too well. There's a picture right there. And pretty big sell-off. We're back below 2,900 on the S&P. I think we get a little bit of early morning reversal, but then followed through in the afternoon. So continuation to the downside. I think markets are ready to try downside. We've removed a lot of the imminently dangerous event and those that are causing uncertainty. But institutional money last week still wasn't buying. They were selling equities all the way up. And so that tells you there isn't really much of a confirmation or appetite for this upside. I think we're going to try a downside one more time before potentially bottoming out. All right. If we don't bottom out, then we're going to continue to go down. This morning, actually, it's the 12th. So yesterday at 10:41 p.m. Eastern time, China's deputy chief said that they're going to create their own cryptocurrency, and it's almost ready to release. He said, we have our own cryptocurrency, but it's not like a cryptocurrency. Confusing. But hey, that's how life is. He said, will not mimic cryptocurrency as it will use a more complex structure, a two-tier split with the PBOC on top and commercial banks below. Won't entirely rely on blockchain. So there you have it. China's getting into the somewhat crypto business, I guess, because it's not completely a cryptocurrency. And everything this morning that we talked about was all out of Hong Kong, China, and Asian markets predominantly. There isn't really much news events over the weekend, which is a good thing. All right. Last couple of weeks, you go to bed Friday night, wake up Saturday, there's something massive, and you're like, oh my gosh. And then Sunday, it's even worse. So it's good. Slow day is a good day. In Asia, Japan's closed. Hong Kong's down 0.5%, like we talked about. China's up 1.5%. India's closed as well. In Europe, at midday, London's down 0.3%. So is Paris. Frankfurt's down a little bit less, 0.1%. Futures in the United States, Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ down 0.5% across the board. Interesting to see if we get volume. If we open up weak and volume comes up or increases on the sell-offs, downside's the right side. If we open up and the thing sells off, finds a bottom, and it can't go any lower, and volume isn't coming through on the sell side, you start to see a reversal of momentum and sentiment to the upside due to buy stops. All right, so we got to be patient this morning. It's going to be a slower day to start. First of all, no major news on the calendar, no major updates over the weekend, and things are just settling in and building some consolidation. So expect a slower day. Follow the 3 rules, all right? Less trading size, less trade frequency. Take your profit quicker. You should be good. Start there. If we get volatility, obviously increase your trading size and your trading activity as well, right? You don't trade as many times as you need to make a ton of money. You trade as many times as there is opportunity and then make money, all right? A lot of traders skip that all important middle step. I want to make $10,000 today. Great. It's nice that you want to do that, but the market might not let you do it, right? The market's got its own plan, and you got to roll with it. Your plan's irrelevant to everyone, including the market. All right. Crude oil is down 1.4%. Saudi Aramco said their profit fell 12% in the first half to only $46.9 billion as oil declined and costs rose. So that gets us to thinking, is this why they're going to do an IPO? The answer is yes. All right. They didn't want to do an IPO the last 2 years because they're making money. Crude oil was flying higher. Why do they need shareholder money? They got a ton from selling oil. Now the oil prices have taken a little bit of a hit. We're nosediving at the moment. We're well off the highs. And they're saying, hey, our profits are falling. Now we need some capital. That's what should happen, all right? Stocks should access capital markets for capital. So the discussion's back on for an early 2020 IPO for a Saudi Aramco. It's been the biggest IPO in the history of IPOs worldwide. Huge company. They're selling a fraction of a share for hundreds of billions of dollars. It's awesome. Gold's up 0.3% to 1513. Bitcoin's up 1.2%. You got the treasury budget at 2 p.m. and nothing else. Heavy earnings calendar this week. So that's something we could look out for. And it is also options expiry, OPEX on the 16th. So there's going to be some volatility, guys. I think we're going to just start slow this week, and then a ton of companies are going to start to report earnings. It's an important week, but just get ready for a slower start. That's all I'm saying. All right? It's kind of like turning on the car in the cold. For the Californians out there, you probably won't understand this analogy as much, but turn on the car in the cold and you're freezing and you're waiting for it to warm up. That's kind of how the market is. It's a cold start, but we will warm up for the week. You guys have a great rest of your days. Manage your risk, trade like a trade pro. Stay out of trouble, but don't get in too little at the same time. We'll see you tomorrow. Got to turn around, open up the trading room. We got a ton of trading to do today. Take care and goodbye. Let me answer a few quick questions here on YouTube. Pardon the brevity. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Short OSTK, Max, no clue what that is. So no, I wouldn't. Angela Leon, question marks. Angela, exclamations. Exclamations to you, Angela. William, good morning, buddy. Top of the day to you. William number 1 and William number 2. William number 1's a TPA William, obviously. A super week to you and the team. You too, brother. Let's open up the trading room. Let's get started. I'm going to end this broadcast. YouTube, take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. All right, trade pros.